All right, so we are going to do a couple of examples from your homework assignment that kind of fit with the different types. So we're going to start with number 1 on the first page, which is textbook page 463. Okay, you have the shape here that says 5.1 meters on the top and 7.5 meters on the side. Then the thing you need to know is about congruent sides. So congruent sides mean they mean exactly the same. So to show that two sides are congruent, this 7.5 has a 1 slash in the middle of it. And then over here on the opposite side, there's 1 slash, which means these two sides from here to here and here to here are equivalent or congruent. And then on the top, you have a 5.1, and there's 2 slashes, and so that's this side here. And then the side on the bottom also has 2 slashes. So that means this top is 5.1, this bottom is equally 5.1 meters. This side is 7.5, this side is 7.5 meters. Then the question said here for number 1 on the page says, find the perimeter. Perimeter means you're calculating the outside edge of this shape. So you simply have to add all of the sides. You could do it 2 ways. You could just add them up, 7.5 plus this 5.1, that's this side, plus this side, another 7.5, plus this bottom, 5.1. We've added all 4 sides. When you're adding decimals, remember you line up all your decimals. So we had 5 and 1 and 5 and 1, that's 12. So 2, put the 1 up here, make sure you put your decimal in your answer. Now we have 7 and 7, which is 14, plus 1 is 15, plus 5 is 20, plus 5, so that's 25. So your answer is 25.2 meters. You could also add 2 of the sides, the 7.5 and the 5.1, line them up again. 5 and 1 is 6, decimal point. 5 and 7 is 12, and then you could multiply that by 2, which means ignoring the decimal. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 2 times is 2, and the decimal goes over 1, and you would get the same answer. These are just 2 different ways to do it, since you know you're doubling each side. So that's what you're doing over here. But in the end, the answer for this is 25.2. The things to remember are congruent sides, mean the same, and that you add up all the sides for perimeter. Now we're going to do problem 10, where you're finding a mystery perimeter. So I'm going to move over here to this board. So here is problem 10 on the same page, textbook page 463. So you have a triangle here, and they have given you 2 of the sides, 7.8 feet over here. Up at the top we have 8 feet, and then down here we have X. We don't know, it's a mystery length. But then they do give us the perimeter. Perimeter equals 22.8 feet. So you have to make an equation. This is the different type of problem that you're doing in your homework here. So you add up, you say, okay, to find the perimeter, it is that 7.8 plus the 8 plus the X equals 22.8 feet. So what you first want to do is add 7.8 and 8. So I'm doing a side problem here. 7.8 plus 8, it's 0.0. Okay, line up my decimals. There's nothing in the tenths place. 8 and 0 is 8. 7 and 8 is 15. So now I put that back in my equation. 15.8 plus X equals 22.8. So I have a 1-step equation. So here, I have to get rid of this 15.8 from the 22 to figure out what X is. So I'm subtracting 15.8 from both sides. So subtract 15.8 from this side, subtract 15.8 from this side. Over here, these cancel out and just give me X, which is what I'm trying to figure out what X is worth, because it says find the length of the unknown side. That's what we're doing here. So over here, I do a side problem. My 22.8 minus the 2 sides added up, which were 15.8. So you keep your decimals in line for subtraction. 8 minus 8 is 0, and we have to borrow from the tens place and make that a 1, so we have 12. 12 minus 5 is 7, 1 minus 1 is 0, so X is worth 7, and we're working in feet, 7 feet. So those are kind of the 2 types of problems you're going to see on these, and you can end that.